student. So today standard 12 we are going to discuss about the remaining methods of phenol, preparation of phenol. Okay. So make a heading remaining methods to prepare phenol. There first you can write down by Grignard reagent. See, this is bit different, okay? Bit different from alcohol. By Grignard reagent. So see the reaction and just remember the reaction. No mechanism is involved today. So see, Grignard reagent, you know, RMgX. Okay. So here phenol. So instead of phenol, now we have ARMgX because we are doing the phenol means it will contain aryl ring, no? Before that we were used to do with alcohol. So in alcohol there was an alkyl chain R, CH3OH, CH3, CH2OH. But we have to prepare now phenol. So instead of R it will be aryl ring. So first you take any halogen. Now see here. Suppose if I am taking here chlorobenzene, say chlorobenzene I am taking here, and I will react with magnesium in terms of dry ether. So whenever you see Mg and dry ether, whether it is here R or whether it is Ar, understand it's a Grignard reagent. Clear? Now what will happen, you know? See this carbon, now this is a chlorine. Now what will happen? This chlorine is an electronegative element, so it will create partially negative charge, yes or no? So now what will happen? So this magnesium will attack on this carbon. It will not attack on this chlorine. It will attack on this carbon. Why? See, if it attacks on this chlorine, you are thinking this is minus, this is plus, so they both will do the reaction. If Cl will do the reaction with Mg, it is possible, check it out. No, it's not possible. Why it's not possible? Cl cannot make a two bonds. So sorry, it's not possible. So what will happen? You have to understand and do the answers and question. This magnesium will attack on this carbon. If magnesium will attack on this carbon, see this will happen. So whether it is possible or not, see here, MgCl. Yes, this is possible. Why this is possible? Because Mg can form a two bonds. See here. Yes, Mg is forming two bonds. Now what will happen? See, nothing but this is a Grignard reagent. See, this is nothing but Grignard reagent. What is the formula for Grignard reagent? ARMgX. This is Ar, this is Mg, and this is halogen. This is a Grignard reagent. Yes or no? Now what to do? Now we have to react with half mole of oxygen. This is bit completely different than from the alcohol. You have to understand this. First I have prepared the Grignard reagent from chlorobenzene. I can take the bromobenzene. I can take the iodobenzene also. It depends on question whatever they have given. I will take now half oxygen. When I take the half oxygen, so what will happen, you know, the half oxygen means one oxygen, it will attack on this carbon, because all are attacking on this carbon. You have to understand, you have to remember this reaction, there is no mechanism. If I go with every mechanism, course will not get complete, and this mechanism I have never seen in the exams also, so I am doing the direct reactions here. So remember, everything is attacking on this carbon only, on this first carbon. So now what will happen? See, this reaction will take place. The reaction will take place is O, again Mg, again Cl. Now it's very simple. This is oxygen, this is magnesium. Who is motor negative element? This oxygen. So here partially negative charge, this whole will be partially positive charge. And this will form the ionic bond, so the bond will be stronger. So instead of MgCl, I will write down like this, MgCl. Here also this is ionic bond, so I will write down here MgCl. Clear? Now what will happen? This is minus, this is plus. Now what we have to do? We need phenol. Phenol, what is the formula? Phenol formula is OH. Now you tell me, student, if I want to give oxygen this H, what I have to do? I have to react with some acid, say acid, or I can react with this acid. So H plus and Cl minus. So I will form here MgCl. But remember one thing, in Grignard reagent, the final extra product was MgOHX. Remembering? In Grignard reagent, the final product was MgOHX. So what I have to do? I have to do hydrolysis, H2O. If I do the hydrolysis, what I will get? See, I will get here H plus and I will get here OH minus. So this H plus will react with this, okay. this H plus will attack here, this bond will get break and this will attack with this OH minus. So what will form? Here we will get a one byproduct, that is Mg OH Cl, and here you will form OH, that is phenol. In this way you can generate phenol from the Grignard reagent. This is our very underside preparation. It will be not given in your textbook, I guess, but it is in your course. Shall I explain once more? Sure? Chalo. Don't write down. And these reactions are asked number of times in chain reaction, like A will give B, will give C, will give D, they will give you A and B, D. They will ask B and C. These are known as chain reactions. So in this type of a question will be asked many a times, this problem. Shall I explain once more? See. Please remember this, okay? You have to remember that Grignard reagent, what you are taking outside, last portion was MgOHX, remember it? Extra byproduct, last byproduct was MgOHX. So first I am taking here any chlorobenzene. Why? Who tells us? This Grignard reagent tells us to take any halobenzene, X, okay? Or I will write down here X only now. Sorry for the benzene ring, okay? Now what will happen, in the first step we are reacting with Mg in the presence of dry ether. Now understood now why it is attacking to this carbon? Because Mg can form a 2 bond. If I react with this halogen, magnesium will do reaction with this halogen, but halogen cannot form a 2 bond. Again problem will start. So magnesium is attacking on this carbon. So what will happen? This you will get. You will get this Mg and you will get this X, because there is a ionic bond present between them. An ionic bond, a strong bond. Now next what will happen? Now A will come in the picture. So A will provide what? A will provide half O2. Half O2 means only one oxygen, no? So this oxygen also will attack here. So what the changes will occur? These changes will occur. OMgX. Remembering this, it was happening in the Grignard region, this also we are getting. Now this is an ionic bond, but see this bond. So this will be generating minus, this will be generating plus. So now what will happen? Simple logic, hydrolysis. Hydrolysis means what? Adding maximum amount of water. So this will get split in H plus and OH minus. Now this minus will be taken to this, because this oxygen after making 2 bond, there will be also extra 2 lone pair will be there, no? This everything you know now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yes or no? So H plus is 0 electron, so this oxygen will give its electron to this H. So H will attack these 2 electrons, so to make a new bond, this O will lost its old bond and this will do reaction here. So what is the change will occur? This change will occur. O will react with OH and this MgX plus will be removed. This MgX plus will react with this OH. What it will form? It will form MgOHX. If you put there X as chlorine, I will get here chlorine, then chlorobenzene, I means iodobenzene in similar way. Done this? Write down. Clear, student? Next I will go from benzene sulfonic acid. Clear? See here. Done now? Okay. Okay. So next is from benzene sulfonic acid. Clear? So first we prepare benzene sulfonic acid. You take benzene and you react with concentrated sulfuric acid. So sulfuric acid formula is this, H2SO4 OH SO3H. I can write in this way also, say check it out. H2O SO4. So I will react with concentrated sulfuric acid, but concentrated sulfuric acid I will write down in this form, OH SO3H. Understood, no? So I will react with concentrated sulfuric acid, I will react, H2SO4 or oleum, H2S, fuming sulfuric acid. Okay, now what happens here? This is benzene. This benzene contains H, here also H, here also H, here also H. Now I will react with concentrated sulfuric acid. So what will happen? I will write down the concentrated sulfuric acid in this manner, OH SO3H. So this H and this OH will remove as water So there will be space here. So this SO3H will attack on this carbon. So I'll get here SO3H. So this is something but benzene sulfonic acid. Clear? In this way benzene sulfonic acid we are preparing. I taught you to just prepare the benzene sulfonic acid. Clear? Now you have to go from this, you have to go from this, you have to go to the phenol. Clear? Okay, now see here. How to? Now as this is a benzene sulfonic acid, this is an acid. So acid will likely and easily react with what? Base. So I will react with base as NaOH. I will react with the base as NaOH. Okay. So what will happen? This H, because this is an acid, so it will release H plus ion. This is base, it will release OH minus ion. So this H and this OH will form what? Water again, and it will form what here? It will be generating SO3Na. Sodium benzene sulfonate. Clear? This is sodium benzene sulfonate. Clear? Yes or no? Clear? Next, again what I will do? Now see here. Now I will react with, now it's very important, again I will react with, or again I will react with 2 moles of NaOH. How many moles of NaOH? 2 moles of NaOH. So again I will react with 2 moles of NaOH further. First I will react with NaOH, I will get this sodium benzene sulfonate. Again this sodium benzene sulfonate I will react with 2 moles of NaOH. How many moles of NaOH? 2 moles of NaOH. Now what will happen? See, this NaSO3 and this Na will combine together to form Na2SO3. Understood this? This NaSO3 and this Na will combine together to form Na2SO3. This H and this OH react together to form H2O. Clear? Now student, you tell me what it is remaining. So it is remaining is ONA, sodium phenoxide. Now I have to prepare what? Phenol. So what I will do now? Again I will react with what? HCl, acidification, here minus, here plus, here minus. So this Na plus Cl, NaCl, and here it will be generating OH. So take a screenshot. This is phenol. This is very important also. Write down. Clear? So what will happen? In the first step we are preparing the benzene sulfonic acid. How? We are reacting the benzene with sulfuric acid. So we are preparing the benzene sulfonic acid, and I explained to you the how. The H will be from the benzene and OH from the H2SO4, so SO3H will be generated. So this is the method to prepare the benzene sulfonic acid. Then this benzene sulfonic acid I am reacting with what? I am reacting with NaOH. Why? Because it is an acid. Acid will be reacting with base. So H and OH will be reacted and forms water, and you will get NaSO3, that is sodium benzene sulfonate. Now what I am doing? I am taking the again 2 moles of NaOH. This is very crucial portion you have to remember. So again I am taking the 2 moles of NaOH. With the 2 moles of NaOH, what I will get? That NaSO3 and 1 Na of NaOH will form Na2SO3. H of first NaOH and OH of second NaOH will form H2O. So remaining is what? O of first NaOH and Na of second NaOH. So that ONA will be attached to the phenol, ONA, sodium phenoxide, and from that you know very easy how? Dow process. Remember, see, Dow process, yes or no? So then Dow process will be followed. That ONA again will react with an acid, so H plus and Cl minus, so NaCl will be generated and phenol will be formed. Clear this portion? Understood now? Okay, so can I go for next now? Okay. So next is from benzene diazonium, from diazonium salt. This is bit difficult and it's very important also. Here none of the question mechanism is involved. None of the question mechanism is involved here. Clear? Now see here. So next is from diazonium salt. Now see. So first we'll see what is this diazonium salt. So this is very important, please be focused here. First we are taking one compound known as an aniline. This is aniline. Aniline. Okay. Now this aniline we are reacting with very one important reagent, that is, this is very important to remember, that is sodium nitrate and nitrite plus 2 moles of HCl. Plus 2 moles of HCl. 2 moles is very important. Why? I will show you this. Now see, this 2 moles of HCl means I can write like this also, HCl plus HCl. Yes or no? Now what will happen? First portion, this Na and this Cl will come out as NaCl. Okay. There are 2H here and there are 2H here. Totally there are 4H. 2H of this and 2H of this. So totally there are 4OH and 2 oxygen. So 2 oxygen. So how many water will be prepared? 2 water, no? Because in 1 water there is 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. So in 2 moles of water there will be 4 hydrogen and 2 oxygen. So 2 water will be removed. So this H2 and this H2, this H2 and this O. So they will generate 2 moles of water. Now see student, what is remaining? There is remaining of N, 1 N here, 1 N here and 1 Cl here. So this will be generated. Generation will be N, N and Cl. Now nitrogen will make a triple bond here and nitrogen chlorine can make a single bond. So see here, when nitrogen will make a triple bond, after the formation of a triple bond of nitrogen, if you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So after the formation of N2, each lone pair is there on nitrogen. So one lone pair will be donated to this benzene ring and one lone pair will be donated to the chlorine. So they will generate here plus and to generate here minus. Sorry, here one plus and here one minus. Clear this part? Because this nitrogen is having one lone pair, no, so this lone pair will be donated to this chlorine, so here plus and here minus, just to show. If you don't show, it's okay, no problem. This what itself is known as a diazonium salt, diazonium chloride, diazonium chloride. Why chloride? Cl is having minus here, and this is diazonium compound, azo compounds. This will study in compound containing nitrogen, so relaxed. Just now you mug up here. This is nothing but diazonium chloride. Clear? Now from this you have to prepare the benzene, nothing, just you provide the water. If you do the hydrolysis, what will happen? See, on hydrolysis this is H plus, this is Cl minus, OH minus. See, this H plus and Cl minus will form HCl. This 2N will remove as N2. So remaining is what? So remaining is this benzene ring and this OH. So OH will be attached here. So this is nothing but your phenol. Write on this. Clear? And this water should warm water, bit warm, okay, warm water. So first you are taking here aniline, we are reacting with NaNO2 and 2 moles of HCl. So how? 1 Na and 1 Cl, NaCl, okay. Now there are 2H here and extra 2H here, so 4H and 2O. So 4H and 2 oxygen, how many water can be prepared? 2 water can be prepared. So remaining is what? 1 N here and 1 Cl here. So NaCl, this is nothing but N, or I can write down this also. Certain book it is written like this, so do not worry about it, okay. This is also nothing but benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, this is also known as a benzene diazonium chloride. Diazonium means this portion. So NaCl, clear? Now you remember this nitrogen, this chlorine. So formation of N2 also they will generate one lone pair. So one lone pair is donated to this chlorine, so generate plus charge, minus charge. Now do the water hydrolysis, but with bit warm hydrolysis. So H2O, here H plus, here OH minus. This H plus will react with this Cl minus, forms HCl. This N, both N will be removed as N2 and remaining is this portion empty. So here OH will be put up here. So in this way we can prepare the phenol. Clear? So these are only the remaining methods to prepare the phenol. Next, one small topic I will go, acidity of phenol. We will check it out, who is more acidic, whether phenol or alcohol. Take a screenshot. Okay. So I write down here acidic nature of alcohol, phenol. See student, there is one common question asked in the exam, who is more acidic, whether alcohol or phenol. So who is more acidic, ROH or AROH? This is phenol, no? Aryl ring. This is alkyl ring. Always this. Phenol is always more acidic than alcohol. One common, remember this, mug it up. Why? Due to resonance stability, of alcohol. Clear? Now how? See, this is alcohol, ROH. When I release this H plus, it will form RO minus plus H plus. Now see the count electron, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this is R, alkyl. This R will show plus I effect. This you know everyone. This R will show what? Plus I effect. So due to plus I effect shown by R, the electron density on O minus increases. Yes or no? This R is showing plus I effect towards this oxygen. So here the electron density on this oxygen increases. Electron density increases means negative charge density increases on O. Means negative charge on O minus more increases. When negative charge on O minus increases more, again it will attract very speed this H plus, means attraction of H plus increases. Yes or no? First of all it is minus, so it is releasing H plus. Now as H plus is released, R will start to show plus I effect. When R will start to show plus I effect, this electron pair cannot be busy with this. So if I want to do the resonance here, so I cannot shift this electron to this bond. Why? If I go to shift this lone pair to this bond, if I go to form a double bond here, this R, due to its plus I effect, he will say do not form double bond, you keep it there only. Instead I am giving extra electron. Why is giving the extra electron? Because of plus I effect. So this double bond is not possible. Instead of double bond formation, here minus charge is increasing. Minus charge means its electron density is increasing because it will start to provide more electron. So here electron density will increase, means minus charge density will increase. When minus charge density increases, attraction of H plus increases. Attraction of H plus increases means what I can say, removal of H plus is difficult. Yes or no beta? Because here attraction of H plus increases. So instead of going, he is attracting more. We want to leave this H plus, but instead of leaving H plus, as soon as I leave the H plus, here electron density increases. So here attraction power increases. When attraction power increases, H plus is attached very speedily. When H plus is attached very speedily, so what it is the conclusion? The final conclusion is removal of H plus is difficult. Final conclusion is what? Removal of H plus is difficult. Means H plus cannot be easily removed. When H plus cannot be easily removed, weak acid. Because what are the good acid? Good acid are one in which H plus can be removed easily. What are the bad acids? Bad acids are one which cannot remove easily H plus. So here the difficult to remove H plus. Why? Because here attraction increases. Why attraction increases? This R will show the plus I effect. Due to this R is showing plus I effect. Here the electron charge density increases. Here the electron charge density increases. Attraction towards H plus increases. Attraction towards H plus increases. H plus cannot be removed easily. When H plus cannot be removed easily, it is difficult to remove. So removal of H plus is difficult. So it's a weak acid. It's a weak acid. It's a weak acid. Understood? Means it is a lesser acid than phenol. Now why the phenol is a more acidic than alcohol? We will see this now. Write on this. Okay, taken screenshot. So understand that alcohol is a weak acid than phenol. Now why the phenol is a strong acid? And secondly, when the lone pair cannot shift here, why the lone pair cannot shift here? It is not possible. Why? When lone pair goes to shift there, this R is telling don't come. Instead of coming, I am giving you the electron. So this lone pair cannot come back. This lone pair cannot shift back because this R is giving extra electron. He doesn't require the electron, then how the electron can shift? Instead of taking the electron, he is giving the extra electron, means here resonance is not possible. Another reason can be that alkoxide ion doesn't show resonance. When it doesn't show resonance, it's not stable. It's not stable. Its RO minus is not stable. This doesn't show the resonance, means RO minus is not stable, means it needs stability. So it will attract again H plus. It will attract again H plus, means the removal of H plus is difficult, and removal of H plus is difficult, means it is weak acid. So another reason can be it is due to resonance stability of phenol, not alcohol. Okay. So phenol is always more acidic than alcohol due to resonance stability of phenol. So RO minus is not stable because does not show the resonance. Who doesn't show the resonance? Alkoxide ion of alcohol. Clear? Now we will see the phenol. See this. Now what is about the phenol? See, when I remove the phenol, when I remove the H plus from phenol, this is phenol. Okay? OH. So when I remove the OH, I'll write it in this way, OH, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When I remove the H plus from here, what will form? So here O, there were two lone pair here, H plus is going, one extra lone pair, minus will come here. Okay, now I will show the bonds. Now we will see whether this is resonance or not. See, in that alkoxide ion, lone pair of oxygen cannot shift back. Why cannot shift back? Why cannot form a double bond? Because R was showing plus I effect. Means R was telling I don't want electron, instead I am giving you the electron, but here not the case because this is aryl ring and AR will not show the plus I effect. So what will happen? This lone pair can shift here. When this lone pair will shift here, so here there will be double bond. So to make a new bond, this old bond will be broken. Okay, so what will happen? See the change. Change will happen in this way. See here. This bond is breaking. Bond breaks, electron comes out. So here minus charge will be there. Okay, on this position. Now here minus is there and here minus is there. Sorry, here there is one bond, here there is one bond. Now there was one single bond. So due to shifting of one lone pair, one new bond, this bond formed here O. Out of 3 lone pair, now 2 lone pair is only remaining. Now minus charge will go. Why the minus charge will go? Because oxygen has made the double bond. So this is the first resonance structure. Now what will happen? This minus charge will shift here. So this bond will get break and enters here. So this is first resonance structure. I will show the second resonance structure. Now see here. What will happen here? First you do the changes. This bond is getting break. So when bond breaks, electrons come out and electrons comes out on this position. So this will be minus here. This electron is coming here, means here on this bond, means here they are making one bond. So this was the change. Now remaining is copy paste. So here there was one bond, double bond, oxygen and 2 lone pair. Again this minus charge will shift here. So this bond will get break and enter into this position. So what the changes occur? See, check it out. The changes will occur this. See, this bond is shifting here. This bond is shifting here, no, this position. So here bond will be formed. This bond is breaking and entering into this corner, means here minus charge will come. So this is this change. Remaining is copy paste. So here double bond, oxygen. There are 2 lone pair here, and one bond is here. Clear? Clear this part. Now what will happen? Again we will see this. Now this minus charge will shift here, and this bond will get break and enters here. So what will happen? See, here the bond is forming, and after double bond one bond is broken. So single bond, oxygen, one electron enters, one who accepts electron creates negative charge. After there were 2 lone pair, now one lone pair extra it has come. Remaining is copy paste. So this is nothing but the resonance structure. See here. Clear? This is the resonance structure. Clear? So phenoxide ion is forming number of resonance structure. Yes or no? Arey yaar. Phenoxide ion of phenol forms number of resonance structure. Resonance means phenoxide ion is stable. Phenoxide ion is stable. When phenoxide ion is stable, it doesn't require H plus. Phenoxide ion can be stable. So if H plus is going, he is telling, okay, you can go, I am stable because I can make resonance structure. I will give my extra electron to some other carbon and make a resonance structure. So phenoxide ion is stable after the removal of H plus, means as phenoxide ion is understanding, oh, if H plus also goes, doesn't make me any difference, I am stable. So phenoxide ion, that is phenol, will give easily H plus, because phenol if give easily H plus, it will generate phenoxide ion, and phenol knows that if I form the phenoxide ion, I can be stable by doing the resonance. So I don't worry if whether H plus is going or H plus is not going. So H plus can be easily removed from phenol. Whereas in alkoxide ion, he is having difficulty. Alcohol is thinking, if H plus goes, how can I be stable? Because R is giving me electron. When he is giving me electron, so I require H plus. So I cannot remove H plus. When I cannot remove H plus, alcohol is a weak acid, whereas phenol phenoxide is stable. So phenol can give easily H plus. That's why phenol can give easily H plus due to resonance stability, and whereas alcohol cannot give easily H plus due to it will not show the resonance stability. Hence, the phenol is more acidic than alcohol. Hence, phenol is more acidic than alcohol due to resonance stability. And these are the resonance structure of phenol. Second point, see here student, now very important, only for 2 minutes, you understand. You see where the negative sign is coming during the resonance structure of phenol. Negative sign is coming on ortho and para. That's why whenever you do any reaction of phenol, the upcoming group will be either on ortho and para, it can be never on meta. So whenever you do any chemical reaction of phenol, from tomorrow's class I will show number of chemical reaction of phenol. So from this it is clear that upcoming group can attach either on ortho position or it can attach on para position. Meta position can never be attached. So there is one question, why meta position or meta compound are not possible in phenol? Due to the resonance structure. In resonance structure, it is clearly observed that negative charge appear either on ortho position or on para position. Means ortho position and para position are stable for phenol rather than meta. Due to this reason, ortho and para will be the formation of product during the chemical reaction of phenol. In that, ortho position will be more major product. Para will be not the major product, ortho position product will be the major, because whenever ortho position will come here, intramolecular hydrogen bonding will be possible. What is the intramolecular hydrogen bonding? Tomorrow I will explain it to you, do not worry about it. So remember, whenever the chemical reactions is occurring of phenol, the upcoming group can be on ortho or para. And how I am telling this? Because of this resonance structure I can say. See, either the minus charge is available on this ortho position or on this para position. It can be never on meta. So upcoming group during the chemical reaction of phenol, it can be only observed on ortho position or on para position. It can be never on meta position. Clear? Now out of ortho and para, the major product will be of ortho due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding. And what is that intramolecular hydrogen bonding? That also I will tell you. But remember, mug it up one point, that out of ortho and para, ortho product will be always major product due to intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Clear this part? So take a screenshot. In the next class, I will go with the chemical reaction of phenol and intramolecular and intermolecular hydrogen bonding of phenol. Thank you.